Welcome to Coffee Break with Hayley. I'm a professional dancer and a rolfer. As a rolfer, I help you with your posture and alignment to find more ease and to move through chronic pain or injuries or events that have had an impact on your body that you might be finding hard to move through on your own. So come and join my coffee breaks at the moment. Move and then go and drink your favourite thing. I think mine will be rose tea today. So we're going to open a little bit the upper spine today. So if you'd like to sit on the floor, I'm crouching with my knees under, with my legs under me. And if that's not comfortable for you, then find a chair and sit on your sit bones and plant your feet on the ground. So you can stop the video for a tiny moment if you need to go and get a chair. Okay, so whether you're sitting on a chair or on the ground, just take a moment to feel your pelvis. Yeah, and find your pubic bone, which we did yesterday also. Yeah, and which is the bone at the front of the pelvis, yeah. And feel that it has weight, so it can drop down. Nice. And as it drops down, you might find also that the tail, the bottom of the sacrum, the coccyx, is also freed a bit. And it can maybe waggle and yeah. And you don't have to stay here, but you have this possibility. And then the tail could also tip and the tail could come under and the pubic bone comes up a little bit. Yeah, just so the pelvis has this possibility for motion. Yeah, so we don't lock it as we're going to be moving up the spine. We don't want it to lock. So just rock it a little bit. It's like a boat on the sea. Nice, yeah. Okay, then we're going to take a hand place it on the front on our sternum. And if you can reach on the back between the shoulder blades. Yeah. If that's uncomfortable, maybe the back of the hand is easier. And also you can just imagine you don't need a hand at the back, so you could also have the hand in your lap. Yeah, so don't worry. And don't strain. Yeah. And just imagine between this space, close to the spine, there is all these tiny, tiny minnows that are called the multifidi. Yeah, really close to the spine. And so instead of these really long, strong muscles you can feel in your back, yeah, that could move the back, yeah, very easily and, kind of punchy way. Also, these tiny, tiny minnows, they like flicker around, like minnows do when you see the little silver bits of them. They flicker around and they help us spiral and yeah, so just imagine that for a moment in this space of the upper spine. Yeah. Good. And then we're going to imagine the space between our two hands, or the space between our sternum and the space between our shoulder blades. Yeah. Often we tend to lock our shoulder blades or lock our sternum. Yeah. We're going to imagine that there is a ball of light between our sternum and our shoulder blades. Yeah. And we can send that ball of light through the back door between our shoulder blades, and we come a bit like this. Yeah, so imagine shining a light between our shoulder blades, out the back of us, behind us. Yeah. And then softly the minnows flicker as the light comes through to the front, and it's like it comes through the front door without the back muscles punching it through, but with all these shining minnows coming through and the light coming front. Yeah. So we send it softly, beautifully flickering through the back door, and our shoulder blades come apart. Yeah, and then softly through the front door. And the pelvis moves with it, so let the pelvis move. You don't hold the pelvis and just move the upper. Yeah, this whole river of you moves. Yeah, lovely. So we do that with some sound, and then we're going to add something else on. Okay, I'll put the music on. Okay, so settling, finding your back, having your hands, finding your sit bones. try something else to add the arm on. I'm going to come side so you can see me. Yeah, so we might have found this freedom now, hopefully, in the upper. We're going to add the arm on. So we'll feel along the ground with our hand. Yeah, and here you can feel the light shine out the back door between your shoulder blades. Yeah. And then we turn the hand, and it's like there's lungs, 2 lungs in the forearm, and if they float up and the light begins to come front. Yeah. And the hand is like stroking here as the light comes through the back door. Hand turning and coming through the front door. Yeah, so we try that 4 times on both sides with the same sound. Here we go. Stroking back door. Turning the hand, front door. Stroking back door. Turning lungs at the forearm, front door. Back door. Front door. Turning, stroking, back door, front door. Lovely. So you might have found some freedom in the upper spine. This really relates to being able to be adaptable, letting our breath be free here, and not guiding or inhibiting our breathing or our adaptability with the shoulder girdle. And that has a big emotional and psychological effect, not to allow adaptability and freedom in the upper world. Yeah, great, thanks for joining.